Madrigal Pharmaceuticals surging 30% over the past month, even as competition in the MASH liver disease treatment space could be heating up. Madrigal's drug Rezdiffra to treat obesity-linked liver disease was the first in its category to be FDA approved back in March, but recent data from players like Eli Lilly show some indications that GLP-1 weight loss drugs could eventually be used to treat the disease as well. For more on Rezdiffra and competition amongst MASH treatments, we're joined by Madrigal CEO Bill Sibold. Bill, great to have you on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I think that you were just back from Europe, where a lot of data was presented at the liver conference there. Eli Lilly did present its findings as it relates to MASH, and I'm wondering how you can talk to us about how it stacks up and whether or not you're concerned, because you are already on the market, so you have that advantage, of course.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I think the thing that we have to think about with Nash, MASH, is incredibly high unmet need. And up until now, there's never been a product that's been approved. And we are fortunate that we were the first to be approved by some distance and have a really great product profile to address this unmet need. EASL, which was the meeting in Europe last week, was a very busy meeting. There was data certainly that was released, but for the most part, the Lilly data was early data, early stage, small numbers of patients that still needs to go through rigorous phase 3 trials to really see what the effect is. Now, these patients that we are focused on have moderate to advanced fibrosis, which means that they are 10 to 17 times more likely to die of a liver-related event. So these are patients right on the cusp of developing cirrhosis, and you need a therapy that is specifically designed to address that problem. And that's what we have with Rezdiffra.
You stated that your goal was to have this drug covered by 80% of commercially covered patients by year-end 2024, which is coming up. And I understand that there are many decisions coming up in the next couple of months from insurers. How is that shaping up? And what has your conversations been like with insurers? Because obviously coverage is going to be key to this launch.
Right. On the Q1 call, we announced that we had about 30% of patients of covered lives at this point, I should say. And the goal is still 80% by the end of the year. We feel we're right on track for that. The discussions that we've been having have been incredibly productive, and we're working closely with the payers and with the patient associations and physician communities to ensure that there's access for Rezdiffra.
So you think this launch is completely on track? Because that's what analysts are laser focused on when it comes to the move that we've seen in the stock recently, that it's all about Rezdiffra. They're not too concerned, actually, about GLP-1s, at least right now, because of the head start that you have. But they need that launch to be on track. Is that what you're telling Wall Street at this point?
Yeah, that's right. And then our Q2 call will provide more statistics about how the launch is going. But, all the fundamentals, and I think that's a key reminder to everybody who's thinking about this space. This has been the graveyard of drug development. There's been over 20 products that have failed trying to get approval in NASH. We're the first one through. And one of the things that is so kind of reassuring to me is the profile of the product. Kind of the holy grail of product profiles in the pharmaceutical industry ever since I've been in it is a once-a-day pill. And there aren't too many that make it to that. And that's where we're starting as the first product in this disease. So fundamentals are great. We've hired an exceptional team for the launch. All have experience in building mega blockbuster products. So we feel that we're ready. We're executing on the launch, and we'll read out more on Q2 about that.
Sir, Wolf Research just put out a huge report, initiated, I think, $382 price target, and they obviously do their work. First quarter, you reported $1 billion in cash and cash equivalents. My question is, what kind of runway does that give you?
Well, we feel it gives us the runway to execute on this launch for a number of years. It also depends a little bit on how else we choose to invest. Clearly, we are excited about Rezdiffra. We're conducting additional trials. A trial that we have ongoing is in early cirrhosis, which is an even larger unmet need. And we think that opportunity could double the size of the market for us. We're also interested in expanding our pipeline. While we think Rezdiffra is an outstanding product that will help a lot of patients, we want to be the leader in NASH, and to do so, we have to offer other solutions for patients.